Hi students, myself Payal Christie, and you can subscribe my channel on YouTube for more videos. And today we are going to start with Standard 12th Commerce, Subject English, from the Flamingo book, Chapter 4, Rat Trap, written by Selma Lagerlof, and we are going to start with part 2. Dear students, in part 1 we saw that this rat trap seller, he went to seek shelter to an old man's cottage. The old man gave him shelter and food to eat, and the next day both of them, they left the cottage. The old man, he left the cottage as he has to go to sell the milk, and this rat trap seller, now he leaves the cottage, and let's see further what happens. So as soon as this rat trap, he left the cottage of that old man, let's see what happens. But half an hour later, the rat trap peddler stood again before the door. Now what happened, that as he left the house of that old man, again this rat trap peddler, he came back and he stood again before the door. He did not try to get in, however, but he did not try to get in from the door. He only went up to the window, smashed a pane, stuck in his hand, and got hold of the pouch with the 30 kroner. So what he did, he only went up to the window, he went near the window, he broke the window pane. Smashed a pane means he broke the window glass. He stuck his hand, means he just stuck his hand and got hold of the pouch, and he just took the pouch in which 30 kroner rupees were there. He took the money and thrust it into his own pocket. Now afterwards what he did, he took the money which was there in the pouch, and 30 kroner means the Swedish money. Okay, he took the money and thrust it into his own pocket. So he just took the money and kept into his own pocket. Then he hung the leather pouch very carefully back in its place and went away. And afterwards what he did, he hung the leather pouch very carefully on that nail which was beside the window, and then he went away from there. As he walked along with the money in his pocket, he felt quite pleased with his smartness. So as he had money in his pocket, so he was very much happy with his smartness, means the work which he had done very smartly. He was very much happy for that. He realized, of course, that at first he dared not continue on the public highway, but must turn off the road into the woods. Then after, as he was walking, after some times he realized that he should not go towards the public highway because that may be a problem for him. So then what he did, he turned off the road, means he just turned from the road into the woods, means he went in the forest. During the first hours, this caused him not difficulty. As he went into the forest, the path was very smooth for him. So first hours, it was not a difficult thing for him to walk into the forest. Later in the day it became worse. So as he was just going in the forest, after some hours, in the afternoon, we can say that it became very worse, for it was a big and confusing forest which he had gotten into. Means this forest in which he went, it was very big, and along with that it was very confusing, and which he had gotten into, means in which he had gone. He tried to be sure to walk in a definite direction, but the paths twisted back and forth so strangely. So he tried to be sure, means he was just, as he was moving towards the path, okay, he was sure that he is going in the definite direction, but the paths twisted back and forth so strangely. But as he was moving, the paths were very much twisted, and it just went back and forth, means it went front and back so strangely. It was very much strange for him. The rat trap seller, he could not understand that on which path he is going in the forest. He walked and walked without coming to the end of the wood, and finally he realized that he had only been walking around in the same part of the forest. So as the forest was very big and confusing, so he just walked and walked without coming to an end, means the road which was there in the forest, that was not coming towards its end, it was not coming at the main road. And after some time, this rat trap seller, he realized that he had been walking around in the same part of the forest, means again and again he was just coming in the same part of the forest, and he was not getting the main road to get out from the forest. All at once he recalled his thoughts about the world and the rat trap. Now, all at once he just remembered his thought, as we saw in the first session also, that he considered this world as the rat trap, and now he thinks that he has also been trapped in this rat trap. Now his own turn had come. Now it was his own turn to be trapped into this worldly rat trap. He had let himself be fooled by a bait and had been caught. Now here, what is the meaning of bait? Bait means temptation. Here, what was his temptation? That he had stolen 30 canoes from that old man's cottage. And because of this, he had just gone through this forest, and now he was caught with this worldly rat trap. The whole forest, with its trunks and branches, its thickets and fallen logs, closed in upon him like an impenetrable prison from which he could never escape. So as this forest, it was very much big and confusing, and with its trunks there were lot of trees in the forest and branches. Its thickest means there were lot of trees, and fallen logs means lot of wood were also fallen in the forest, closed in upon him like an impenetrable prison. Impenetrable means you cannot escape from this prison. Now this forest has become an prison. This forest has become a prison for this rat trap seller, from which he could never escape. Now he thought that he himself had been trapped in this forest and is not going to come out from here. It was late in December. Darkness was already descending over the forest. Now, as we know that in December it's a winter season, so the days are shorter and the nights are longer, and darkness was already now descending over the forest. This increased the danger and increased also his gloom and despair. Now this increased the danger of the animals, and also his gloom and despair. Gloom and despair means he was sad and very much hopeless. He was not getting any way to come out from that forest. Finally he saw no way out, and he sank down on the ground, tired to death, thinking that his last moment had come. Now he was very much tired as he walked throughout the day, and still he was not getting any way out from this forest. So he sank down on the ground, tired to death. Now he thought that he was very much exhausted and tired, and he thought that he was going to die, thinking that his last moment had come. Last moment had come means now he was about to die. But just as he laid his head on the ground, he heard a sound, a hard, regular thumping. Now, as he was just lying on the ground, his head was on the ground, he heard a sound. What sound he heard? The hard, regular thumping. Thumping means when you hammer something, and the sound that is heard, that is known as thumping. There was no doubt as to what that was. He raised himself. Those are the hammer strokes, iron and iron mill. Now, when he heard this, the sound of thumping, so he thought that there would be some iron mill nearby. There must be people nearby. So obviously, if the iron mill is there, so the people also would be there nearby, because the sound of thumping was also heard. He summoned all his strength. Now, he summoned all his strength means he gathered all his strength, as we know that he was very much tired and exhausted, so he could not even get up. But afterwards he gathered all his strength, he got up and staggered in the direction of the sound. Staggered means he walked very heavily in the direction from where the sound was coming. The Ramsjo Iron Works, this is the name of the ironwork. Students, please note what is the name of the ironwork. That is the Ramsjo Ironwork, which are now closed down. Means at present it is closed down, but priorly these ironworks were at their work. Were not so long ago a large plant with smelter, rolling mill and forge. Now, in this iron works, it was a large plant. Large plant means it was a very big factory. Okay, and with smelter. Now, what is the meaning of smelter? That is a machine in which the metal is melted. Rolling mill means after that the metal is rolled and it is converted into sheets. And forge means the workshop where the iron is heated. So you have to remember all the meaning of these three words. In the summertime, long lines of heavily loaded barges and scows slide down the canal which led to a large inland lake. And so now in the summertime, what happened? That in summertime, long lines of heavily loaded. So these metals, they were heavily loaded on barges and scows. Scows means barges and cows and scows. It is a kind of a boat, and in that boat, these heavy metals were kept, and they were slid. Slid means they were taken down towards the canal, and this canal it led to a large inland lake. And in the winter time, the roads near the mill were black from all the coal dust which shifted down from the big charcoal crates. And during winter time, as we know that during winter time these canals were not used. Why? Because it was totally turned into snow. So during winter time the roads were used which were near the mill, and they were black from all the coal dust. So these roads, they were turned into totally black color. Why? Because of this coal dust which shifted down from the big charcoal crates. So the dust which was just coming out from the charcoal crates. During one of the long dark evening just before Christmas. So as we know that Christmas is on 25th December. So one day of long dark evening, that we can say that it's 24th December, this thing might have happened. The master smith and his helper sat in the dark forge near the furnace waiting for the pig iron which had been put in the fire. So on 24th December, the master smith and his helper, they sat in the dark forge. As I told, what is the meaning of forge? The workshop to heat iron. They both were sitting near the furnace. Furnace means the instrument in which the metal is melt. And this, they were waiting for pig iron. Now what is the meaning of pig iron? Raw iron in the liquid form, which had been put in the fire. Now they have put this pig iron into fire to be ready to put on the anvil. So they have put this liquid pig iron into the fire, and afterwards this metal, it was given shape by hammering it on the anvil. Every now and then one of them got up to stir the glowing mass with a long iron bar, returning in a few moments dripping with perspiration, though as was the custom. He wore nothing but a long shirt and a pair of wooden shoes. Now, every now and then, one of them, either from that helper or the iron man who was sitting there, they used to just get up to stir the glowing mass, means to just to shake the glowing mask with a long iron bar, and returning in few moments dripping with perspiration. And after just rotating it, what would happen, that the person who went to do that, he was totally we can say perspiring. Okay, he was totally sweating, though as was the custom, he wore nothing but a long shirt and a pair of wooden shoes. Means these two people, those who were sitting there in the forge, they wore nothing but a long shirt and a pair of wooden shoes, and they were very much sweating. Why? Because we know that there is a lot of heat near fire, and to we can say to melt the iron, we need a lot of fire, and that's why these two were sweating there. All the time there were many sounds to be heard in the forge. So there were different sounds to be heard in the forge. The big bellows groaned and the burning coal cracked. Now, what is the meaning of bellows? A lot of air was blown in the furnace so that the fire can lit properly. And as we know, to melt iron, a lot of fire is needed. So that was the sound heard, and as the fire was more, the coal it cracked, means it started breaking. So that noise was also heard. The fire boy shoveled charcoal into the maw of the furnace. Shoveled means it just added coal into the maw of the furnace. Maw means the mouth of the furnace, with a great deal of clatter. Outside roared the waterfall. Now near that iron mill there was a waterfall. So that noise was also coming from outside. And a sharp north wind whipped the rain against the brick tiled roof. Now how was the roof of that iron mill? It was the brick tile roof, and there was a lot of wind blowing, and a lot of rainfall was there. So these all sounds were heard on 24th of December. It was probably on account of all this noise that the blacksmith did not notice that a man had opened the gate and entered the forge until he stood close up to the furnace. So this was the reason that these all different noises were there in the iron mill, and that's why this blacksmith, he did not notice that a man had opened. Now who is the man over here? He is the rat trap seller, and his another name we can say peddler also. He had opened the gate and he had entered the forge, the workshop, and this blacksmith has not noticed him until he stood close up to the furnace. Surely it was nothing unusual for poor vagabonds without any better shelter for the night to be attracted to the forge by the glow of light which escaped through the sooty plains. Now it was not unusual for the poor vagabonds, as we know that this vagabond word is used for the rat trap seller, and this rat trap seller, for him this iron factory was also very much better, means a better place for shelter, and he was very much attracted by this iron mill and by the glow of the light which escaped through the sooty panes. Now sooty panes means the glasses of the window, they were totally black. Why? Because of the dust which was there in the iron mill. But this was not a matter for this rat trap seller. For him it was a best shelter, as we know that he didn't had his own shelter, and to come into a warm themselves in front of the fire. And as we know that it was a winter time, so it was a warm place for this rat trap seller to spend his night over there. The blacksmith glanced only casually and indifferently at the intruder. Now, what is the meaning of intruder? Intruder means a person who enters without permission, and this word is used for whom? For the rat trap seller. So this blacksmith, he just glanced means he looked only casually and indifferently, means he didn't even notice that who was this new man. He looked the way people of his type usually did, with a long beard, dirty, ragged, and with a bunch of rat traps dangling on his chest. Now this is a description of the rat trap seller. That how was he? He had a very long beard, dirty. He was looking dirty, ragged clothes. His clothes were dirty, old and torn, and with a bunch of rat traps dangling. Dangling means they were just hanging on his chest. He asked permission to stay, and the master blacksmith nodded a haughty consent without honoring him with a single word. Now, this rat trap seller, when he asked permission from the blacksmith to stay, to spend his night over there, what he did, this blacksmith, he just nodded his head, and he didn't even asked him anything. He didn't even uttered a single word, and he didn't even honored him or respect him. The tramp did not say anything either. Now, who is a tramp here? Here, the tramp is the rat trap seller. He did not say anything. He had not come there to talk, but only to warm himself and sleep. Okay, so he had also no problem with that, because he had not come there to talk with the blacksmith or the helper, but he had only come to warm himself and sleep, to spend his night over there. In those days, the Ramsjo iron mill was owned by a very prominent iron master. So in those days, this Ramsjo iron mill, that was very much reputed iron mill, and it was owned by a very famous iron master, whose greatest ambition, means whose greatest wish, was to ship out good iron to the market, and his main aim was to provide very good iron in the market. He watched both night and day to see that the work was done as well as possible. Now this iron master, what he used to do? He used to just go to that iron mill both night and day to see that the work was done in a very good way. And at this very moment he came into the forge. Now when this rat trap seller, he was seeking shelter over there, so at that very moment this iron master, he came into that forge on one of his nightly rounds of inspection. Means he just came to inspect, to examine whether the work was going on properly or not, and at that time he saw this rat trap seller. Naturally, the first thing he saw was the tall ragamuffin who had eased his way so close to the furnace that steam had seen from his wet rags. Now, naturally, the first thing he saw, as soon as this iron master, he entered the iron mill, he saw this ragamuffin. Now, who is this ragamuffin? He is a rat trap seller, and he saw that he was sleeping close to the furnace, and the steam had made his clothes wet, and due to heat his clothes had become wet. The iron master did not follow the example of blacksmith. So the behavior of the iron master was not like that of blacksmith, because we had seen that the blacksmith, he didn't even utter a single word. He didn't even talked with the rat trap seller. But the behavior of iron master was totally different from this blacksmith, who had hardly deigned to look at the stranger. Now he had just examined the stranger, who he was. He walked close up to him. So the iron master, he goes near that rat trap seller, looked him over very carefully. Now he looked him very carefully, then tore off his slouch hat to get a better view of his face. Now he tore off means he removed his slouch hat. What is the meaning of slouch hat? A round hat, and it is curved a little bit from the side, and he just took out his hat to get a better view of his face. But of course it's you. Now after looking at this rat trap seller, he says, it's you, Niels Olof. Now who was this Niels Olof? He was this ironmaster's friend. Now here the ironmaster is mistaken. He thought that this rat trap seller was his friend, as he said. How you do look? Means seeing the appearance of this rat trap seller, he says, how you look? The man with the rat traps have never before seen the ironmaster at Ramsjo and did not even know what his name was. Now as this rat trap, he gets up, but when he sees this ironmaster, he realizes that he has not seen this ironmaster before. He did not even knew him, and he was not familiar with his name. So this rat trap was a stranger for this ironmaster, and this ironmaster was a stranger for this rat trap. But here this ironmaster was mistaken. He thought that this rat trap seller was his friend, and his name is Niels Olof. But it occurred to him that if the fine gentleman thought he was an old acquaintance, now afterwards this rat trap seller, he thinks that if this gentleman thinks that I am his old friend, he was an old acquaintance. Now old acquaintance means if he feels that I am known or familiar to him, he might perhaps throw him a couple of kroner. Now see the guilt of this rat trap seller, that he feels that let this ironmaster think that I am his friend, and if he thinks that he would give him some money, therefore he did not want to undeceive him all at once. So due to this rat trap seller, he did not want to open his mouth and tell the ironmaster that I am not your friend. He didn't wanted to disclose this thing. He thought that if he would say that, he would not get money. So now he was interested in the money of this ironmaster also, and that's why he did not told that he was not his friend, and he was just interested in the money of this ironmaster, and so he thought to be quiet. So here our part 2 gets over. Thanks for watching the video, and have a nice day.